Hi guys, and welcome to the new channel. I know I've changed the title. We used to be Security Tech and Talk Show. We are now Metro News Network, and you are watching the Metro Desk. So today on Metro Desk, we're going to talk about a very popular uh, subject going around the world, really. Um, we're going to talk about an app called Zello. And to give you a little background, Zello is a network radio, two-way radio app. It is voice over IP with push to talk function. You can also send text messages. You can send pictures over Zello. And it's a unique way to uh, kind of, instead of having to get a federal communications license in amateur radio or to get a license from the FCC for specific radio frequencies, they actually have a work side to Zello where you can also set up network radio communications for your employees in the field versus having to use a standard radio frequency two-way radio via VHF or UHF. Now, today we're going to talk strictly about Zello, but specifically I want to talk about one channel that is on Zello. It's called CB Radio Drama Free. Now, according to Zello rules and regulations, you're not supposed to have a specific clan or group or pretty much uh, any type of thing with a tag on it. Now, there are groups on Zello like that, and CB Radio Drama Free is one of those groups. Anybody can go on the channel. It's an open channel. However, they will tell you when you first go on the channel, welcome to CB Radio Drama Free, home of the ROC. Please tell us, who you are, your age and birth date, and here's the rules: no cussing or swearing between this time and this time, and then after this time it is R-rated chat. Don't go after the family members, being the ROC members on the channel. Don't cause drama. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk about religion. Don't use the channel as a dating service. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I used to be a member of the ROC. And ROC stands for Rebel Outlaw Crew. And I left on my own free will for a few reasons. First off, as long as you follow the channel rules and you're just a visitor on the channel, not a member of the ROC, you're good. Unless you break one of the ROC rules, even if you're not in the ROC, they will ban you from the channel, kick you from the channel. They'll mute you from talking for various reasons. And what you come to find out when you get onto the channel is you start to hear all these things about the ROC. You start getting to get a good idea of how it actually plays out. Now, I am part of several other channels on Zello. The one that you will find me the most on, there's three of those that you'll find me the most on. The Zindan, UK, US, Worldwide, and Grand Soprano 115. And the reason for that is all three of those are owned by former members of the ROC who left after they got tired of all of the making up rules to appease one specific clique of people within the ROC and to weed out people they deemed undesirable. Now, with that being said, that is one of the main reasons why I left. I was seeing that certain rules applied to certain people but not others. For instance, at the time when I joined the ROC as a prospect on CB Radio Drama Free, I had my own channel. It was for security officers, police officers, firefighters, and EMTs to get on to shoot the breeze, blow off steam, and compare notes. Being a channel owner, I am the head administrator for the channel. When I was asked, if I was still an administrator for the channel, for that particular channel that I owned, I said yes. They said, well, that is our main concern, is that it's going to be a problem and a conflict of interest. I said it wouldn't be, because I only got on my channel to go handle administrative functions, such as dealing with someone who came onto the channel and who was being, very, very rowdy, unruly, not following the channel rules I had set up. And I would have different ways of dealing with different situations. I could mute them from talking for so much time. I could kick them from the channel as a warning. I could ban them from the channel if they did it too many times. And then I would pop right back over to CB Radio Drama Free. So after that, we got some new people into the family, into the ROC, which the whole family was about, being there for each other. At first, when I first joined, we'd have people in a different state that were dealing with a natural disaster, and their house got tore up or something like that, and we would help out. We would donate money to a charity organization and all that stuff to help people out. Or we'd send them something like, oh, well, you need some clothes. Well, I got some old clothes in these sizes. If you need them, let me know. Give me an address and I'll send it. And we do stuff like that. That was the whole point for the ROC. After we got one member who dropped their tags and left the ROC, is when I started noticing things in a different light. For instance, there was a member who said something about another member's daughter. Their daughter with special needs. I wanted nothing to do with it. I voiced my opinion on the matter and said, it's not right. You don't bring up other people's children or family members in a conversation to prove your point on anything. That was uncalled for. And I went straight to the leadership within the ROC and said something's got to be done. They didn't do anything for a long time. the person left the channel that made the comment, but came right back and was claiming to still be a ROC member. They dropped their tags though, and it caused the member that they were talking bad about their daughter to drop their tags and leave. And that's when I started noticing things going downhill. Well, it was not long after that something else happened. And I got on one morning, and one of the guys that I always talk to on Drama Free was no longer there. And about halfway through the day, I got a message from him saying, "Hey, if you're there, Jay, listen, something has happened, and myself and my wife and this person and this person and this person are no longer members of the ROC. I got banned." Excuse me, and we're not going to be over there anymore, but you remember blah blah blah? And I'm like, yeah. And well, he's got his own channel, it's this, if you want to talk to us, we'll be over there. And so I went over to the channel, and by the way, those channels that I mentioned that I'm on currently, those are what they call select, which means you've got to talk to a moderator, read through the rules, and agree to the rules, and agree to the age limit, and give your date of birth and your age, and they'll trust you in, and then you can talk to everybody on those channels. And with Drama Free, it's an open channel, completely open. You go in there, you can start talking right away. And so I joined the channel. UK US Worldwide was the first one. That was Alan's channel, and it's a good channel. And that was the only way I could talk to Alan and Todd and Eagle Mama and Computer Chick, because all of them had dropped their tags and left the channel or had been banned from Drama Free over silly stuff, silly things, that there was no proof that they did. And again, it's all because there's a higher clique of group of what the ROC calls elites. BS is what I call it. But that didn't like some of the things that they were saying or doing, and they thought were detrimental to the ROC. And then came a day while we're on UK US Worldwide, we were talking to April, who was a member of the ROC. She no longer is. She owns Zenden on Zello radio networks, and I had found out that someone had made a derogatory comment towards her on Drama Free, and that there were a few of the higher up elites of the ROC there that did not say anything to this person that made this derogatory comment at all. It was just left unsaid. She defended herself, and then aside from staying on Drama Free as an ROC member, you also have to have a line account, and you have to stay on the family room and the briefing room for the ROC online. Well, April dropped her tags, and I had gotten on that morning and I was going through things, and I seen April's reply where she had said, remove me from these channels. I'm leaving the ROC. I don't want to be a part of this bull crap anymore. And then I got to talking to April a little bit later on to find out what happened, why she had dropped her tags. And that's when I dropped mine and I left. And I put a message out, take me off of all the off of all the line chat groups. And this is the reason why. And I also have some personal stuff that was happening at the time that I was dealing with, and I figured it would take me away from the channel, and I really was ticked off about April's situation. And so I left, and I still have access to Drama Free. I didn't get banned from it. I can still go on there and talk. There's still people that talk to me that's in the ROC. Like I said, there's still a few good ones, but most of the people on there act so childish it's ridiculous. So I mainly stay on UK, US Worldwide, and Grand Soprano 115 and the Zenden. So my message to you guys is stay away from CB Radio Drama Free on the Zello channels. Don't have anything to do with them. They're just so ridiculous and so childish.